Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Monday Medz Health Nuggets. I'm your host, Tanisha Lawrence, with Monday Medz Health and Wellness Ministry. So, we have been journeying through the Mind Your Mind series. And yes, as we have shared, minding your mind is your business. Yes, minding your mind is your business. At least I should say, minding your mind should be your number one business. As we journey through this Minding Your Mind series, as promised, you can find these features on our YouTube channel, Monday Medz, Monday MEDZ, Medz Health and Wellness Ministry. And here you will find it in the playlist Mind Your Mind series. As promised in a previous feature, we will share with you today the 5 C's of mental health. Now, there are numerous 5 C's of mental health out there. However, I love this lineup according to 24/7 DCT, 24/7 Digital Counseling and Therapy. For more, you can find them on their website, 247dct.org. So yes, mental health is very critical to each and every one of us. Good mental health should be a non-negotiable factor in your life. And so as we journey through these 5 C's of mental health, one of the major things I want us to contemplate is that as we talk about mental health, this is where one being selfish is vital, because no one else can care for your mind but you. Here are the 5 C's of mental health. They are connection, compassion, coping, community, and care. And so as we go on, 5 C's of mental health. The first C is connection. Many of us know that connection in life is critical, whether it is connection to people or connection to things or connection to places. And so when we talk about connection here, we're talking about connections to people. It is so important for us to get this in our mind that we need each other. No man is an island. As the old poem says, no man is an island, no man stands alone. So we are all connected and we all need each other. And as we talk about connection and relationships, it is so important to know that we need to foster good and positive relationships. So whether it is relationships with our family or with our friends or with our colleagues, whether it is work colleagues or our church family or colleagues within our neighborhood, it is vital for us to foster good and strong relationships. Now, we do have the social factor that comes into play here as we talk about connections. Now, it is so important for us to contemplate that for good social interactions to come into play, we have to maintain good boundaries. And when boundaries are breached, that's where it can bring a breakdown in connections. And so those are some factors to contemplate as we talk about mental health. It is important also as we talk about connection that we foster spending quality time with individuals. Like the wise man Solomon says, iron sharpens iron. So yes, and so does the countenance of one's friend. So we do need each other. And I cannot exhaust this point enough. So let us look at compassion. Compassion is vital to our mental health, and this has to do with not just compassion with relating to individuals, as we talked about in connection, but it is vital that we have compassion towards oneself or towards ourself. Yes, so many times we can be too hard on ourselves. And yes, by extension, we should not allow others to be too hard on us. This factor of self-compassion is very crucial to our mental health, as it means that we would recognize our own suffering, treating others with kindness, and avoiding self-criticism. This can help to reduce stress and also anxiety and depression. When one exercises self-compassion, it promotes a positive self-image and enhances emotional resilience. When we foster compassion towards others, it can bring empathy and strengthens social bonds. And yes, it is important that as we talk about compassion, we remember that we all need each other. And as we talk about compassion, imagine this scenario with me. Can you look at a scene where someone is being abused, whether it is a child or a female or someone else being abused, and you feel no sense of pain? This activity points out that we all feel it for each other. I can remember numerous individuals sharing their childhood experiences of how, when their mother or father was disciplining their siblings, they would feel the pain also. And it is quite interesting that as human beings, we're experiencing a similar event or we're in the same space. It is more likely than not that we would feel that for each other. We would have that empathy and express that compassion towards each other. The next thing we will look at is coping. Coping refers to the strategy and skills we use to manage stress and navigate life's challenges. According to psychologists, there are effective coping mechanisms that we can use to deal with stress. And this is great for our mental health because it is vital for us to know how we deal with and manage our stress levels. Good coping strategies help reduce the negative impact of stress, and it does improve problem-solving skills and enhances emotional regulation. So, in short, when you have ways and means that help you to cope with stress, it does help to give you a balanced mental health. So many individuals may turn to music, they may turn to art and craft, they may turn to exercise. Individuals may also turn to journaling, or they may turn to quiet walks, or like some, you may choose to take a warm bath or a long shower. Whatever the coping mechanisms you use to deal with your stress, it is important to ensure that it is one that is positive and not self-harming. We are focusing on the Mind Your Mind series, and here is the fourth C of mental health. Community. And community goes without saying, but let us look at how it can impact our mental health. Community involves being part of a larger social network that provides support, purpose, and a sense of belonging. So, as we talk about community, whether it is your neighborhood that you live in, or it is your church community, or your school community, or your work community, it is vital to be an active part of a community as it significantly impacts your mental health. And yes, it does offer opportunities for social interaction and mutual support. A strong community can provide emotional support, reduce feelings of isolation, and promote overall well being. It can also offer a sense of purpose through shared goals and collective efforts. So, what community are you a part of? How important is that community to you? Do you feel like you're a part of this community? And I will ask this question that many people may not contemplate. If you were to be missing from that community, what difference do you think it would make in that community? Or better yet, what difference would it make in your life if you were not a part of that community anymore? You know, as we talk about community, there are individuals who live alone and may feel isolated. And this is one factor that can help a person's mental health as we talk about the 5 C's of mental health. If you are an individual that lives alone, it is important for you to reach out to the community that you're a part of, whether it is your neighborhood or your church community or your school community or work community. It is heartbreaking to know of individuals who got sick and even died in their house because no one took the time to reach out to them and check on them. So, community is vital for our existence. And as we talk about no one taking the time to reach out and checking on them, this 5th C of mental health is critical: care. Care encompasses taking proactive steps to maintain and improve mental health. So, caring for others is important to your mental health. As I said before, if you see someone suffering, it is more likely than not that you are going to walk away and not feel their pain. Equally, caring for others and caring for ourselves is vital. Now, as you talk about care, self-care must never be overlooked. And as we talk about self-care, when last did you stop to think about yourself and caring for yourself? And many times we talk about self-care, we may overlook one important factor. Self-care is not just combing your hair or having a shower or a bath. Self-care is taking care of your mind. What you allow to go in to your mind. As we talk about what you allow to go into your mind, it is important to consider who you listen to, which includes what you listen, who you take advice from. It is also important to contemplate what you look at, including what you read, including what you watch, whether it is on the television or also on the internet. And it is important to contemplate how these may be affecting your mental health. Yes, this is part of self-care. We must prioritize self-care and get the help when we need it, especially if we are so bogged down by problems and the cares of this world. Getting professional help is not being weak. It is actually a sign of strength. Getting regular checkups and check-in with your therapist or your physician or healthcare provider is vital to your self-care. As we wrap up Monday Medz Health Nuggets today, I'm reminded of the words of the song of one of my favorite gospel groups. When I think I'm going under, part the waters, Lord. When I feel the waves around me, calm the sea. When I cry for help, oh, hear me, Lord, and hold out your hand. Touch my life, still the raging storm in me. Knowing you love me through the burdens I must bear, hearing your footsteps, let me know I'm in your care. And in the night of my life, you bring the promise of day. Here's my hand, show me the way. I pray the sentiments of this song will find you at the point of your need. Have a calming day, everyone, and God be with you. See you soon.